Hello there, my name is Keith Whittier. Welcome to my preview of WrestleMania 42. This build up for this upcoming WrestleMania, it's been weird. I don't know what else to say. It's been weird. A lot of things. First of all, it was supposed to be in New Orleans. They announced that it was going to New Orleans. I thought that would have been a great market for it. But then they backpedaled, they being the WWE, and they announced, actually, no, we're going back to Vegas. I love WrestleMania. I think it's an incredible event. Of course, it's the biggest event they host every year. We are looking at something that started off in Madison Square Garden with like 19,000 people to now cities are bidding on it, and you're getting huge crowds. But maybe not this year, and we'll get to that in a second. So they decided to go to Vegas, and I question that even when they were there last year because I've always looked at WrestleMania as a family-friendly event. Vegas doesn't exactly scream family-friendly. I've made the joke, like, who's that? Who's that, Dad? Oh, that's John Cena. Who's that? Oh, that's Rhea Ripley. Who's that? Oh, that's a hooker. So Vegas is a very interesting place to have WrestleMania, but they did it last year. They're going back to it this year. Okay, so there's that. The second challenge is, of course, we've been hearing a lot about the ticket sales, or should I say lack thereof. Ticket prices for WrestleMania are very expensive. Of course, we have TKO to thank for that. And so there are some challenges there. Now, the argument will be made if you make the tickets at such a price and people buy them, then there's no problem. The challenge is this year people don't seem to be buying them, which is why we're constantly hearing about these tickets going on sale or, discounts and things of that nature. So I'll be very interested to see what the attendance is like. I mean, at the end of the day, they can give out tickets and just help that way, but I don't necessarily know if that's what they really want to do. And then, of course, we've got the build. The build up and the promotion around this WrestleMania for me has been somewhat hit or miss. There's some matches that are on this weekend that I'm really excited about, and there's some not so much. Instead of doing a typical article, what we're going to do today, buckle up, we're going to do a tier list. We're going to go through the 13 at the time of recording this. Yes, there are 13 matches that are announced. I'm expecting another one will be announced Friday on SmackDown, but we've got 13 matches to talk about, and I'm going to be going through some different stages. The ultimate is I acknowledge this match. So this is a match that I'm really excited about seeing at WrestleMania. Spoiler alert, there's only a couple that are going to fit into this category. The next one is I smell what The Rock is cooking. So yes, this is a match that's announced for WrestleMania that I'm excited about. Yeet, okay, this will be fun. No Yeet, not so much. And Toxic, which is a nice way of saying maybe when this match is on, a good time to stretch the legs and run to the bathroom. I have all the respect in the world for the superstars of WWE. A lot of people will sit back and say, you know what you're watching, right? Come on. You're talking to a guy who loves movies like Avengers Endgame or The Dark Knight Rises. I understand make-believe, but I also understand that these are extremely talented athletes. They are very entertaining performers. And every now and then, especially in this world that we're in right now, it's nice to turn off the news, turn off, thinking about all these serious things and just tune in and watch some extremely entertaining television. And that's what the WWE usually provides for us. The writing leading up to this, respectfully, has been a little questionable at times, but at the end of the day, I have seen every single WrestleMania. I am looking forward to seeing this one. I'm hoping this one is one of those ones where it might underpromise and overdeliver. WrestleMania 40 was lightning in a bottle. It was absolutely incredible. You had grown men at my WrestleMania party that were going through all of the emotions. And when that's happening, obviously you're connected and you're engaged. I can't say that was the case last year. So we'll see. Will this year lean more towards a WrestleMania 40 type experience, or will it be similar to WrestleMania 41 last year, which was somewhat lackluster? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through all of the matches for both night one and night two, Saturday and Sunday, and we're gonna rate them. So here we go. Let's start off with we're going to start off with Seth freaking Rollins going up against Gunther. Now, I have tremendous respect for both of these gentlemen. I have had the opportunity of interviewing Gunther several times. And with all due respect to both these gentlemen, right off the bat, I'm putting this in the toxic category. Reason being, and Toxic, for those of you who don't know, there's a superstar, and his whole thing is toxic. It's toxic, so that's why I've got this. I've got this name here. Here's my challenge. These are two incredible superstars. These are two people who are very entertaining, very talented. So Keith, why in the world are you putting this in Toxic? Because I don't know why we're here. I don't know why these two are going against each other at WrestleMania. This match was announced like a week ago, and they just had physical contact maybe a week or so before that. So what are we doing here? This is what I'm talking about in terms of some of these matches really don't have a build towards them. It's hard to be invested as a fan when there's been no build for the match. So this match to me is probably one of the worst built matches on the card, and for that reason, not overly excited for it. That's why it's going into Toxic. Next up, we've got a six-man tag match between the Usos, Jay and Jimmy Uso, and their partner LA Knight. Yeah, and they are going to be going up against the Vision, of course, the remaining Vision, because there's a lot of injuries there. We got Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed, the social media phenom with something like 75 million followers. So a lot of people have called this Celeb Mania, of course, talking about all the celebrities involved. And I think part of the reason that they're bringing in I Show Speed is if they can even get a fraction of his audience to tune into WrestleMania, that'll be a good thing. That being said, I can't say that I'm overly excited for this match. And while I will credit I Show Speed for taking probably one of the best spears ever at last year's Royal Rumble, and I know that he's been putting in some work in terms of honing his craft, in terms of practicing, and that don't take anything away from it. But in terms of my level of excitement for this, we're going to go into No Yeet. Next up, joining them in the No Yeet category, we've got AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Last year, Becky Lynch was my heel of the year. I think her mic work is incredible. And it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. Bleacher Report says it. Everybody says it. But we just had this match at the last PLE, which was Elimination Chamber. We literally just saw this match. So we're basically just running it back for WrestleMania. I think both of these women are incredible performers. But again, the question is, what are we doing here? The build for it has been mediocre. I can't say I'm overly excited for this match, so I'm going to put it in the No Yeet category. The match I'm going to take next actually is going to be the women's tag team championship match. We've got the champions, which is Nia Jax and Lash Legend, who will be defending against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and as of now, against the Bellas, Nikki and Brie. We don't know if Nikki is going to be able to compete because she is dealing with a real-life injury that she's trying to rehab. If not, if the Bellas aren't able to, I'm hearing that the Kabuki Warriors will step in. Either way, I will put this match into the Yeet category. I'm looking forward to it. I don't necessarily know that it's going to quote unquote steal the show, but we've got so many incredibly talented performers in this match, and the build for this has been somewhat decent. So I'm looking forward to it. We have got Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill for the women's championship. In terms of interest level, anytime Rhea Ripley's involved, you know, it's must see. And Jade Cargill, put together by NASA and slowly but surely improving in the ring. This one is of interest to me because although I'm not predicting all these matches, I do feel that we are going to see the return of Bianca Belair in this match. I likely to come in and cost Rhea Ripley the match, allowing Jade Cargill to successfully defend her title. Rhea Ripley doesn't need the title. She is probably one of the most popular superstars, male or female, in WWE. So a title is just gravy for her. It's just like the cherry on top. Whereas I think the title means a lot more for Jade. I can see Bianca Belair coming back, costing Rhea the match, and then starting a feud with Rhea. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to find out, but I'm definitely putting this into the I smell what the Rock is cooking category. Up next, I will talk about Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Quite frankly, I think they should have been included into the main event of night one and have a four-way match with Randy Orton as well as Cody Rhodes. That is not the case. I think these are two very good superstars. They're both very popular with the fans. I think they kind of did Drew McIntyre dirty by taking the title off of him because he only had it for a couple of months. Both are very entertaining, and I have no problem putting this into the I smell what the Rock is cooking category. There's been talk that Drew's going off to film, so he might be taking a break from WWE. I don't know, but I know that he's a very entertaining performer. He's great to see on camera, and both of these gentlemen I think are going to put on a really good match. The next match that I will talk about, which is actually the main event of night one, we got Cody Rhodes up against Randy Orton, and of course he's with Pat McAfee. And again, this is where the whole celeb mania comes into effect. This is weird to me. Pat McAfee to me is the 2026 Travis Scott, which means we've got a celebrity who really has no business being inserted into this, but he's there. This is going to sound crazy, but the main event of night one, I'm putting it into Toxic. I think Cody Rhodes, actually, I think both gentlemen competing in this are great ambassadors for the WWE. I think Cody Rhodes is an incredible ambassador. We've seen that over the years that he's been a part of WWE, but the fact that they've inserted Pat McAfee into this just seems very silly to me and takes away from it. No disrespect to McAfee. I think he runs a decent podcast. I understand, again, it's trying to bring in his following, but it also is a disservice to the hard work that the superstars do all year. If McAfee had been part of the equation all year, I get it, but just to insert him over the last couple of weeks just didn't work for me. So I can't say that I'm overly excited for this match. The last match that I want to talk about for night one, Stephanie Vacour and Liv Morgan for the women's championship. Quite frankly, this is the match that I think should have main evented night one. I think the build for this has been very entertaining. I think Stephanie Vacour is an absolutely incredible performer. And if we're making a list of the top performers and top superstars in WWE right now, she's definitely in my top 5. And I think Liv Morgan has absolutely come into her own over the last few years. And I think she's an incredible, incredible character and performer, and I acknowledge this match. I'm very much looking forward to this. Night 2 is going to kick off with Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. A lot of people are excited about this, I being one of them. My only hope, I'm mildly fussed in terms of who wins this. I don't want this to be a squash match in terms of one person runs over the other person in like a couple of minutes. I hope we get a good, decent match out of this. It's WrestleMania. We should definitely get that. So I'm putting this into the I smell what the Rock is cooking category. Next up, we have got a six-man match for the Intercontinental title. We've got Rusev, JD McDonough, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans. I think that this match has the potential of just going out and just being one of these incredible high-flying type matches. And Penta, excuse me, of course, the Intercontinental Champion Penta in this as well. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the Yeet category. Am I overly excited about it? No, but I think it'll be good. My love for night 2 continues, where we've got Demon Finn Balor against Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic Mysterio. Friends turning on each other. This is, one of those old stories, but it works. And I'm looking forward to seeing this. Of course, Demon Finn Balor hasn't been on the scene for some time now, so I expect his entrance at Allegiant Stadium is going to be incredible. And I'm going to try to throw this match into I smell what the Rock is cooking. Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. A little biased here because I've had the opportunity of interviewing both gentlemen. This, of course, is for the U.S. title that Sami currently holds. I'm hoping by the time this actually ends up happening that Carmelo Hayes is inserted into this and making this a triple threat. The fact that he's not on WrestleMania is disappointing. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the Yeet category. I see we've got 2 here, but this one here with the Intercontinental is a duplicate, so that leaves our main event, Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I acknowledge this match, and I'm really looking forward to it. Again, another prediction. We have seen over the last 7 WrestleManias, there has been a run-in or somebody interfering in the main event for the last 7, and I expect we're going to see that on Sunday. Will it be the return of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to, I predict, potentially help CM Punk win, and then CM Punk will turn heel and then become the new leader of the division? Or do we see The Rock himself return and either help or hinder CM Punk, because he could go against CM Punk, but he could also help him, because I believe we all know that we seem to be building towards The Rock against Roman Reigns next year when WrestleMania goes to Saudi Arabia. So I'm expecting someone to interfere in that match. I just don't know who, but we'll find out on Sunday. These are my predictions. And my prediction / more so my rankings of these matches. Let me know what you think. Drop into the comments and tell me what your thoughts are. I'm going to be back after WrestleMania to do a recap. But again, I'm looking forward to it. Can I say that I'm as excited as I've been in previous years? No, but I'm hoping, sincerely hoping, this is a year that the WWE under promises and over delivers. Because right now, again, with all the factors I went over earlier, the build hasn't been great, but I'm hoping when all is said and done, they deliver 2 fantastic nights of action. Anyways, thank you so much for taking the time to check this out. I appreciate you, and we'll chat with you soon. Bye.